Now, Friday's Azimio la Umoja meeting at the Moi Sports Complex, Kasarani, will be a climax of ODM leader Raila Odinga's consultative political meetings across the country as he declares his 2022 presidential bid. This will be the record fifth time Odinga will be aiming at the political jackpot. What does this mean for him? What competitive advantage does he have in this do-or-die political moment for him? Is it a now or never moment? Duncan Hayamba spoke to Carol Omondi and Junet Mohammed. Both men have been at the heart of Odinga's previous presidential campaigns and give their perspectives on his fifth stub.
After crisscrossing various parts of the country for nearly 3 months, conducting political rallies dubbed Azimio la Umoja that kicked off in Nakuru, the engineer and by extension engine of Kenya's opposition politics, and now perennial presidential candidate Raila Odinga will be officially dropping his fifth declaration for presidential bid at Moi Sports Kasarani on December 10th.
But when we later on did a review and look at how the forest was looking like, then he agreed, he told me, you should actually finish, go into this forest first. Mayana na hii nyangao kwanza.
Carol Omondi, who was in charge of coordination and liaison during the 2007 presidential election, says Odinga's recent political escapades culminating in the Kasarani meeting was a political exploration process.
What Raila was doing is to test the ground, to establish, I think, some networks, and to see how people are receiving his message.
ODM Director of Elections Junet Mohammed, who has been at the center of events as they unfold since the 2018 handshake, says Kasarani gathering is critical for Odinga.
We have all the resolutions. We are going to present them in Kasarani, those resolutions, all the 14 resolutions from different regions. It is a request by the people that he should run, because where the country is today, after President Uhuru Kenyatta, it requires a seasoned leader, a seasoned politician who understands what the country faces.
You know, when you are opposition, you have all odds against you. But I think you have seen a different Raila, especially after the handshake. This is the man who has come up with the azimio la Umoja. Let's be together, everybody together, so that we move together as one nation. He's a different person.
Carol Omondi, who later worked in the Prime Minister's office during the Grand Coalition government, says Odinga's second bid in 2007 remains the memorable run so far, as he discloses what worked then. After 2005 referendum, Raila Odinga assembled a 6-member team that operated covertly at Raila Odinga Center.
On the other hand, he had a very big network of political heavyweights, the Pentagon, you remember? There would be that Pentagon. That also brought in a lot of goodwill. 3, there was very, very clear message that he had. Kenya needed change, and Raila embodied change in that particular election. People wanted a new constitution. There was no better fighter for that change than him. So his message truly resonated with the expectations of Kenyans in that election. And then he had a very good international network at that time.
ODM, whose base was Orange House, also invested heavily in political intelligence, bringing on board reliable elements.
And we also inherited the network of KANU. Yes, we had people like General Koech, Nyaseda, providing us with intelligence, analysis, and all those things. So it was a conglomeration of many things. It was just Raila's moment in that election.
However, Omondi, who is no longer a member of ODM, says disintegration of NASA could pose an uphill task for the Orange Party.
With NASA disintegrated, there's a big deficit of the numbers on this side. So to plug those numbers, you either need to bring them back or you need to capture new ground. Yeah, I think that is where this election will be decided.
I think people are reading too much on the Oka, Baba and others, because everybody has a right to have an ambition to become the president of the Republic of Kenya. So if the Oka people feel that they feel that they can be the leaders, we have no problem with that, because they are also equal to the task. But politics is still early, in my view. If you look at history, when NASA came together, it was purely 4 months to the election, or 5 months, when pen was put to paper.
Not a matter of convincing them. You know, you are on the political stage to win an election. And if you see where you are, you cannot win an election, and you see sense that actually you cannot win an election, you have to make a decision. Where do I go? Because you need to be in power. And you cannot stick where you are if you know you are not going to win. Then which power are you looking for? So you must change course. Yeah. Even in football, that's what you do.
Then there is the virgin political territory, vote-rich Mount Kenya region, that is emerging as a new swing vote since entry of multi-party elections in Kenya, an area that all key presidential contenders have turned their attention to.
They are actually looking at voting for somebody else other than a Kikuyu. That is so significant. They are the largest community, they are the economically most dominant, and if that thing can be entrenched, then we are on a good path.
In terms of the configuration of the politics of our country, it's a very important segment of our politics, so which has a high number of voters, which nobody can ignore. Anyone will not ignore them who wants to become president.
After Friday's declaration, attention will still remain on ODM leader Raila Odinga, on whom he will pick as a running mate. Duncan Haemba, KTN News.
Now, as former Prime Minister Raila Odinga